results, actually, we will combine everything, and then we will give them to Pernod Ricard to do something even better for you. So this
I'm
is the.
glad.
Allora, so what is your nationality, first of all?
I'm Lebanese.
Lebanese. Okay.
Yeah.
So and you are in Dubai at the moment, right?
In Abu Dhabi, yes.
In Abu Dhabi. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first very simple question is when you ever start thinking about drinking Royal Absolute?
I was raised on the fact that Royal Salute is the best blended whiskey that I can drink. So from my father, he only drinks either Chivas or Royal Salute. So for me at home, Royal Salute was always the top whiskey to look at, or the best whiskey to drink. He used to let me sip a little bit of Chivas, but when he's putting Royal Salute for him, no one was allowed to touch that glass. So for me, that's why it always resonated that Royal Salute is high quality, that as kids we're not allowed to touch. But later on, when I started drinking and becoming of legal age, that was always my drink and the go-to drink.
Okay. So what is so special in this whiskey?
For me, all of the other whiskeys that you look at, if you go into any shelf, you will see that all of the bottles, originally, that's how I used to think. All of the bottles are glass bottles. The only bottle that stands out from the crowd is the Royal Salute bottle. It looks nice. It shows quality, and again, coming from Lebanon and coming from people that usually drink, it always was associated for me with high quality. So when I'm thinking of high quality, I always thought of Royal Salute. The price as well of the Royal Salute, if you're looking at it from a price range, is the affordable, high quality blended whiskey. You're talking about a 21 years old whiskey. If you're comparing it with any 21 years old in the market, it's a very fair price. But again, when you're asking for Royal Salute in a pub or a club, it shows that you know what you're looking for. You're not just following a trend. You're not asking for a Yamazaki, for example, because everyone is drinking Japanese whiskey. It shows again that you know the history of whiskey and the history of the brand. You're not just a trend follower. You're standing out from the crowd by asking for Royal Salute, and for me, that has always resonated well as well.
Wow, many interesting things in one shot. Allora, so the first thing that you mentioned is the packaging.
Correct.
Okay, can you elaborate? And then, so you mentioned other things, and then I will ask you later on. So, can you speak a bit more about and elaborate a bit more about the packaging? Why it stand out from the other bottles, as you mentioned?
Again, as I mentioned, all the other bottles are glass. Okay, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but Royal Salute is a ceramic bottle that stands out. So if you're just looking at it, and for me at home, unfortunately today I'm in a hotel. I'm not at home. I would have shown you my collection of the Royal Salute. Again, for a collector, actually, I think I have a photo that I can show you on this camera. It might show you what I'm referring to. Sorry, I'll try to find it. So for a collector, the packaging, especially if you're displaying your collection, the packaging makes a difference. If you're just collecting to hide it away and not display it, it wouldn't matter. But if you are, I don't know if. Let me try to.
Okay. I see that you have
exactly. So this is how I display the Royal Salute at home. Okay, so on one of the shelves, the bottles, and again, this is how I display all the others.
Oh, come on! Wow.
Okay, so I don't mix the Royal Salute with the other crowd, because for me, again, although it's not a single malt, I mean, if you're talking to a whiskey connoisseur or someone who pretends to know what they like, oh, it's not a single malt.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I've never drank whiskey the way people expect me to drink whiskey. I drank whiskey the way I like to drink it. If I want to have it with full glass full of ice, I have it with a glass full of ice. And this is why I love Peter. He never comes in and pushes the way people should drink whiskey. I've had a lot of interactions with other people who have tasting events and have marketing events for their brands. And they tell, no, 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 you should have it clean or with few drops of water. Excuse me, but I'm drinking it. I'll drink it the way I like to drink it. In Scotland, it might be nice because it's already cold. Come to Abu Dhabi and try to drink whiskey without ice.
Yeah.
You will faint after 2 glasses. So that's why I add ice to it. I like it. That's how I do it. So for me, the fact that it is a blended whiskey as well does not bother me. I have my collection and I have the budget that I set aside for other single malts, the Macallans, the Dalmore, the Japanese whiskey. I buy those and I pay a hefty amount of money for those bottles. But sentimentally, the value of, because I link it to my father, that's perhaps a reason why there's a sentimental value there. So whenever I'm drinking Royal Salute, I'm thinking of my father. And because I live in a different country, I've been away from the family, living alone in a different country for 20 years now. Whenever it's a sentimental value, which is associated as well or backed up with a very good whiskey. So the brand and the fact that I think of my dad and these things that do pop up when you, and again, taste plays a very weird way with the brain. It brings up memories. It brings up things just by having a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when the pandemic, for example, started, I started having drinking evenings with my father over Zoom. He puts on Zoom, I put on Zoom. We're having whiskey. Cheers, Dad. Cheers, Michelle. And we're drinking. So, and again, he tells me, "What are you drinking? Chivas or Royal Salute?" He only drinks that, and he raised us this way, and that's why for me, perhaps there's a sentimental value for Royal Salute that I cannot have with the other brands. The other brands, perhaps I'm collecting. Based out of my brain, based off investment decisions. Okay, there's a Macallan is getting a very good return on investment. The bottle value is going up, especially if you're going for the limited editions. Same thing with the Yamazakis or the Hibekis or the Japanese whiskey. When I'm buying those whiskey, I'm buying it because I'm thinking it's a good investment. I'm never buying it because I enjoy doing it. With Royal Salute, no. I really enjoy, and what makes it more enjoyable are the people that sell you the Royal Salute or sell you the brand, whether it's Peter, whether it's Amma from the team in the UK. Again, both of them started off as business acquaintances. They're selling me whiskey. They're trying to convince me of their whiskey. But very fast, they moved into from being a business acquaintance to a very close friend, to a dear friend that I trust and I look for, and I ask them for their opinion when I'm trying to invest in other opportunities whenever it's whiskey related. I mean, Peter has influenced my life in a way that I cannot even come to describe it. He doesn't even know the extent that he has influenced my life. When I met him the first time, we were planning to go to a trip to Japan, my wife and I, to go on a distillery tour in Japan, because at that time, the Japanese whiskey was on the rise. And I thought maybe it's a good idea to go to Japan, have a visit there, and we'll buy some whiskey while I'm there. I met him 4 weeks before that in an event in Dubai. After that event, I canceled my trip to Japan. I booked a trip to Scotland with my wife, and we went on a 3 weeks distillery tour that Peter himself arranged for me, whether it's with the Pernod Ricard distilleries or even with other competitive distilleries that are considered his competitors, but the master distillers are his friends. So I was there, and I was being treated like a VIP by all, whether it's a Pernod Ricard, and it shows his confidence that he has also booked for me and the other, or arranged for me to have the tours in the other competing distilleries. And to me, that makes a huge difference. That makes a huge difference. The personal touch and the relationship makes a huge difference. And this is where I would say Royal Salute in the Pernod Ricard world differs from all the other brands, because I buy the Jameson, I buy the Chivas, I buy everything. You never get that personal touch from any team except the Royal Salute team. And this is what bothers me a little bit sometimes from the Chivas team, for example, because if you consider the dollar value of my purchases from Chivas, it could be 2 times or 3 times my dollar value purchases from Royal Salute. But again, only recently, when now I'm talking about UAE, there's now a new GM there, and he's changing the way it's happening. I invited him to my house a few weeks back, and he was so nice that when he saw my collection, he was astounded, because he said we don't have these bottles even in our display in UAE. And do you mind if we borrow some of them sometimes? I told him, of course, but I was missing one Chivas bottle from my collection. He made sure to send me that complimentary bottle. So it shows that they have now understood a little bit better than the previous team. The previous team, it was a very dry interaction. And when I started my collection, the serious collection, I started it with the Dalmor, okay, as a single malt. I love that when it comes as a single malt. It's my favorite whiskey. The Dalmor 15, it's one of the, it used to be my daily drink. So whenever I come back from home, I just put 2 fingers in my glass, and I sip that just to relax every night. And when I started collecting and putting money, serious money in bottles, it was the first brand that I started collecting from. But when the team didn't show me I wouldn't say the attention, the care that a collector should have from a brand, I didn't stop buying Dalmor, but I turned my serious money somewhere else. So I started buying, for example, one of the bottles that I have from the Royal Salute cost me $10,000. When my father knew that I bought that bottle, he almost killed me. but still, I would buy it, because the nice thing about it was the Royal Wedding Edition, which was made especially for Prince Harry and Meghan. They're no longer royalty anymore, but at that time they were royalty. And there was an event that Royal Salute did where we got the chance to have a lunch with Harry and Meghan in the Santibali polo event. So for me, having that event around the bottle made sense that I go and invest that much, where I put that money there. Dalmor, if I consider the value of my collection of Dalmor, I have around over $100,000 in bottles of Dalmor. But still, no. The only time I got a call from them was when they wanted to sell me another bottle. They never, and I said no, and that was it. To be honest, I never bought anything from them directly. I buy because they are good bottles, and they are a good investment as well if you're looking for an investment. But I don't buy it from them directly anymore. I buy it through dealers and through friends that get me better prices even from them directly. Okay, so and they lost me as a client, and they lost me as a affectionate collector to their brand, and I turned somewhere else, which is Royal Salute and Macallan. Macallan, they do a good job by following up. They do a good job by checking if you liked what you bought from them. But again, they treat you as a client. You're not a friend. And the only brand that you say, if I want to have a drink, I'm not going to call the representative of Macallan. I'm going to call Peter, because I will enjoy sitting down with Peter and having a drink with him. And that's the thing that adds to it. And to be honest, in these times, the personal touch makes a huge difference. We are now in a period of our lives, or a period of in the society, where we're lacking this personal touch and the personal attention and the friendly face. We're going through lockdowns. Going through losing friends. We're going through losing people around us. Life is not normal anymore. Having a normal friend that keeps on checking on you and keeps on sending you messages, knowing that they're not pushing their product, they're just there to check on you, and you get involved with their life. They know my family. Amma knows the names of my daughters. I was invited to Amma's wedding in Sicily. So again, these things you don't see anywhere else, and this is why you get that feeling that, I wouldn't say obligation, but it's some sort of a connection that says, you know what, they're supporting me, they like me, I should support them as well, and I should be there for them. So if I have disposable income to go and buy a special bottle, I will make sure that it's going to be a Royal Salute. I'm going to make sure that it is something from Pernod Ricard, because again, the team here is showing the attention that they would give to someone who's a serious collector for their brand. But going back to the main question that you asked, the special thing that got me connected to Royal Salute, I would say the sentimental connection to my father, and thinking of my father, accompanied by a very well-made product, whether it is the packaging or whether it is the content of that packaging, along with a great team that knows how to handle people who are serious about their collection.
Wow. Have you ever thought about writing a biography about me and my whiskey?
my wife soon enough will make me write one.
It shows that you have such a passion. Come on, it's so tangible. Wow.
Thank you.
No, this is actually also the beauty of my job. So being a researcher, so I'm talking with many people, and so especially now we are specialized in ultra high net worth individuals, and then I see really people from any country, any region, and then you really see the difference. And then, but I think so. After Peter, after having talked to Peter, actually, you are one of the most passionate person
wow.
I talk with. So this is how I think there is this good feeling between you.
I think so. Yeah, we're equally passionate about it.
Yes, I really see. So back to, because actually you mentioned, so I took many notes. So first of all, you talked about the price, a fair price. This is what you mentioned.
Yeah, correct.
What is the idea of fair price?
See, what is not fair to me when I look, for example, at a no age statement whiskey, Japanese whiskey, that is now selling for $2,000 just because someone said it is a good whiskey. Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't go and add these bottles to my collection. I never do that. Mm-hmm. Every bottle that I have in my collection is a bottle that I have tasted somewhere else, and if I like it, I buy that bottle. Okay. If fair price, when you're looking at an 18 years old or a 12 years old even whiskey, especially in the UAE where taxes are high on alcohol, you would see, for example, a Yamazaki 12 years old that's selling at the equivalent of $350. Okay? Mm-hmm. But when you're looking at Royal Salute, which is a 21 years old bottle, aged longer, smoother to drink, doesn't have that aftertaste that I don't like, the peaty aftertaste that you get sometimes. And I'm getting it for $270. to me, that's a steal. And that's why I'm thinking of it. It is a fair price. If you go further into the Stone of Destiny, which is the 38 years old Royal Salute, if you think about 38, in your head directly, you're going to say, oh, I'm going to pay $4,000 for this bottle. But it's an $800 bottle. It's not a 4,000. And when you drink it, how amazing that whiskey is, how it falls through your throat and really warms your mouth and heart. It's an amazing bottle. It's an amazing, and you're paying $800 for it. I mean, again, if you're not a serious whiskey buyer or whiskey drinker, even if I tell you I'm going to pay $400 for a bottle, you're going to think I'm crazy. Okay, but if you're thinking of it as an investment, or if you're thinking of it as something further to that, it is something. To me, it looks like I'm stealing from Royal Salute by paying only $800 for a 38 years old bottle, and that's the beauty of it. Now, it's gonna be very hard to find one because now people are running after it, and the price is going up. The last I checked, it was around $1,000 or $1,200 now in the market. But because of Peter and his advice that I need to have a stock of those, I bought a lot of these bottles when they were still in the $500 range. So I have my good stock at home for these bottles. But again, thinking of it, a 38 years old at that level, it's amazing.
Okay, but so you said that you are a collector, so you started purchasing bottles for investment. So what is the meaning behind it? So do you collect, first of all, only spirits, or do you collect also other products? I don't know, watches or whatever it is.
At the moment, the only product that I'm serious about are the spirits. Yeah, and I go after the old spirits, the discontinued, and as well as the limited editions, the special editions that are out in the market. And I've only became serious in my collection around 5 years ago.
Why?
Because of Peter.
Okay.
Because of Peter, and he's the one who showed me the value of it, and he's the one who showed me the opportunity that I can get from it.
Okay. So what is your intention with this collection? So what is your scope with this collection?
Okay. Promise me never to tell my wife.
I said it is anonymous. Don't worry. Not even Peter will know this. We'll have this conversation.
Perfect. So for me, it's a self-satisfaction, and I always say it's an investment, but to me, it's a collection. It's not an investment. One day, if God gives me the long age, I'm going to be sitting down and drinking all of these bottles with my daughters, with their husbands, with their kids, and that's the thing that I'm thinking of. I've never, unless things change and I lose my job and I need to find other sources of income and I have to sell them, these bottles will never go anywhere. They will be with me. I will drink them, and I will enjoy them with my grandchildren and with my daughters when they can drink. They're still a little bit too young, but they have tasted whiskey and they like it.
Personally, I don't like whiskey.
Aha, that's because you haven't tried the. I mean, do me a favor if you can find. I mean, the way I got my wife to drink whiskey was to go through the Dalmore 15. Dalmore 15 is a very smooth whiskey that doesn't annoy you. And again, I'm not going to tell you how to drink it, but the best, for me personally, the best way to drink it was put more than 2/3 whiskey and just put this much water. It will change the taste of the whiskey. It will change the smell of the whiskey, and it will change everything about it.
Okay. I will ask my husband, who loves spirits. a lot. So, okay, I will ask him. And no, what is interesting is that Peter put me in contact with the other clients, special clients like you. And then actually 4 out of 5 are women. You are the only man. As far as I remember, yeah, Kieran, yeah. So, and then I asked for this question to the person I was talking with yesterday. And then I know, because there is this, in luxury, there is this trend that is called maleization of women. So women are purchasing items that they used to be purchased mainly by men. So sports cars, or big watches, and then tobacco, for example, cigars, and then important spirits. And actually, I said, you see, it's the first time that I really speak with people who can explain me why. And actually, what was interesting is that one of this person was saying she fell into the trap of Royal Salute during an event. And then actually there were one woman who was inviting other women to drink. And then they created some cocktails in order to smoother a bit the taste of whiskey. And then and she understood immediately the difference in the taste, as you are saying. So was very interesting. And then so more and more women are drinking whiskey, not just men.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm sure one of the ladies that Peter has put you in touch with is Anastasia.
Yes,
she's a gem of a woman, and her bubbly character makes you again. And again, this is something that Royal Salute, or the team in Royal Salute, was successful in doing. They have created a community, so we know each other. So even though I'm in Abu Dhabi, Anastasia is in Switzerland, Claudia is in Switzerland as well. These ladies, we became friends. We became personal friends as well. Not just because of Royal Salute, and they know us, we know them, and again, it's because of the good crowd. One of my very good friends is in Alaska, for example, and
oh, I lost the connection. Can you hear me? I lost the connection. Can you hear me? No. He will come back. Eccoti. I got you back. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you, but I just switched my camera off because I'm going to be moving to the dive center in just 2 seconds.
Yes.
The call took a little bit, and it's my fault. I don't know what was happening with my computer.
No problem.
Okay, so so I'll be walking, but we can talk.
Okay. No, you were talking about the community.
Yeah, and again, this is one of the top things that Pernod, Ricard, and the team. And when I'm referring to the team, I'm always talking about Peter, and I'm talking about Amma as well, Amabli. I don't know if you've got to talk to her or you know her, but she's in the team in London with Royal Salute. She's the lady that does the events and does all the PR for Royal Salute. Mm-hmm. And for us, she's the one who has put us all together. I mean, if you think about, for example, events happening in Dubai, where they're inviting people to attend, but they're not paying for anything. You're paying for the ticket, you're paying for the hotel, and still you are going. So these are things, you wouldn't do it unless you like the brand and you like the people that you're going to meet there.
Yeah. See, Peter told me that actually you are even paying for the event.
Exactly.
You're not invited. Yeah. And then you're happy to pay.
Exactly. And this is the thing. I mean, when you're expecting a brand to invite you or to be attending an event, you expect that brand to take all the cost.
Mm-hmm.
But with Royal Salute, we pay for it and we still go because we enjoy it. We enjoy because I'm thinking about I'm gonna meet me and my wife. We're gonna meet Anastasia there. Claudia is gonna be there. Anna's gonna be there. We look at it as a holiday more than we look at it as I'm paying to go and have an event.
Okay. And what is interesting, so do you know the concept of Le Cercle that created by Pernod? Are you aware of it?
Not yet, no.
Okay, actually, in Asia, they started it with Le Cercle, actually, the circle, that is the community.
Okay.
Actually, they are. This is what more or less Peter is doing, but in a different way. Mm-hmm. There is a kind of official communities, actually by invitation only, as Peter is doing in his own way. With so Peter told me that there is this community of 400 people, something like this. Okay. So actually, so you're part of a family that is not that big. So you're really selected. This is what he explained me. The way he chooses you to become the ambassador of the brand. Yeah. And so there is something similar in Asia, but there is this name. So you're not aware of it. So this is an important information. Okay. And then, so I really like this idea of the community, that it shows really that you're part of a family. So you enjoy the brand at a higher level, not just as a simple consumer or a simple collector.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You mentioned something actually. So you are invited to these events, and then you like it, so you even pay. But one thing, so luxury consumers, VIP consumers, are always invited to this kind of events, to this kind of experiences. And then I assume that several brands are in contact with you. So not just for whiskey, but also for other brands.
Correct.
Are you, or maybe not, bothered by these multiple invitations? So don't you feel overwhelmed about all these information, all these invitation?
Not really, because I say yes to the ones that I want to attend. I'm not shy to say no to brands that are just trying to plug in and trying to get me to work with them. But okay. Yeah, that's why for me it's not an issue, really.
Okay. So it's not a problem. So you don't feel okay. And then, what is your favorite event you ever attended?
Favorite event that I've ever attended? I would say the Santibali, the event in the Santibali event, the one we had in London.
Oh, for the launch of the wedding, you meant the one you mentioned?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And but I think this was really a special event. So one of a kind. Okay. And there are other normal events that can be more that can be repeated, that in a way you liked as well.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that was really nice was the British polo event that they do that they used to do on annual basis here in UAE. Mm-hmm. So the British Polo Day event, and those were events that we were invited to, and again, they were always very well done, and the crowds were always nice. And this is very important as well. You don't want to go to an event where you're treated as a stranger and the people around you are not friendly. I've been to such events, attended 15 minutes, and then I left. Okay. With Royal Salute, sometimes we stay with them until we're packing the chairs with them and leaving. So this is how much we enjoy it.
Okay, so so even these events are also important for the people you are meeting, not just the people that are hosting you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, va bene. You mentioned some competitors.
Yes.
So you drink other competitors. what is the difference? Aspect, but you mentioned that already. So what is the difference between the treatment you got from the competitors? Okay. No, sorry, I already got the answer to this question. Let's speak about other brands, other products that are that belong to the Pernod Ricard family. Do you drink other products such as wine, such as champagne?
Not myself. I'm not a wine drinker. I'm not a. I don't enjoy it that much. But I drink gin, and I drink the other whiskeys that they have. The Jameson, the Chivas. These are for me, because I don't like the other brands. That's a problem.
Okay. Okay. And then do you buy buy these products also for gifting?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Tell me something about more about it.
I mean, people know how much I value these products. So when I'm gifting them, or when I'm being invited to social gatherings, they do expect that I'm going to be drinking some good whiskey with me.
Oh.
Yeah.
They know you now. Okay.
Yeah.
What else? What else? You mentioned many interesting things. The legacy with the product. What I liked, it was also what you mentioned about the transferring of your passion for this product to your children. So it seems that you want to transfer what you were doing with your father with next generation.
Of course, yes.
Okay, this is very good from your side. Do you want to add anything else about your experience with Pernod Ricard? Is there anything that they can improve from you?
Not with the Royal Salute. They're doing it perfectly well with the Royal Salute. But maybe they need to replicate what they're doing right with Royal Salute with their other brands as well, not just with Royal Salute.
Okay. Yes, I see the point. Yeah. Do you consider Royal Salute a luxury product?
It is a luxury product. Yes.
It is. Okay. And then how do you? So, what luxury means for you?
Quality. Mainly a good quality, a good presentation of your product, a good heritage. So these are the things for me that I look at when I'm thinking of luxuries. Something that I know will be of top value, will be of top quality every time I open a bottle.
Okay. And then how do you get the knowledge of these products? So do you wait that the brand transfer this knowledge to you, or you look for this information by yourself?
No, in most cases, I do my own research.
Okay. Yeah. And then I think it's all. So I would like really to thank you for your availability. Do you have? There is anything else if you'd like to add that we maybe that I forgot?
I think we've addressed most of the points that I could think of as well.
Okay. So thank you so much. So we will come back to you when we will finish this project. So we will send to you the executive summary, so to show you the results. And then if you would like to have anything else from us, you need anything else, do not hesitate to contact me. We will be more than happy to listen to you again.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. I wish you a very good end of the day.
Thank you very much. Same to you.
Bye. Bye.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.